Lori Gilbert here, live on location at our very beautiful Elko Senior Center. And we are kicking things off. I just want to start at the top of the program to remind anyone listening tonight at 5:30 that this particular event will be over. It will be time to register online, but today it's all about Elko Senior Olympic Games 2025. And to get things started, I have two beautiful ladies here who are registering in person, and I wanted to find out from them. Well, first of all, go ahead and tell our listeners who you are, since it's not television.
I'm Jody Barnhart.
And Ann Wright.
And Jody and Ann, you're participating in the Elko Senior Olympic Games. So Ann, tell us what you got signed up for.
Okay, well, last year I played in the golf, and I'm going to do golf again and pickleball this year.
Very nice. And Jody, what about you?
I signed up to walk along the river. I ought to be able to handle that, and play pickleball.
Very nice. And so you've done this before, and what keeps you coming back? What do you like about Elko Senior Olympic Games?
Well, it was really fun, and I wish we'd get more people, but I thought it was really great just that people are encouraged to get out and do something exercise-wise and be with people that are of similar abilities and ages.
Very nice. And how about you, Jody?
I love the Senior Center, and I come on Wednesdays to go to Tai Chi. I stay for lunch, have a wonderful time. I'm always impressed to see this many seniors. We're up, we're dressed, we're out of our house, and we're interacting with others, which I think is really important as we age. So thank you, Senior Center.
Thank you both, ladies. Thank you so much for kicking off the program just the way you did. We want to invite everybody listening, if you are 50 or better, to come up to the Elko Senior Center at 1795 Ruby View Drive. Matt McCarty is alongside me. Matt, no stranger to KELK. And thank you, ladies, so much. Jody and Ann, wasn't that? And they're pretty typical of the folks that come up to the center, Matt.
They are, absolutely. And as Ms. Barnhart said, active seniors is part of why we're here. We know that not everybody is as active as they may want to be. We know that some are more active than others want them to be, and that's okay too. But that is part of what the Senior Center is for, is an active lifestyle center. But these games, which are not part of the Senior Center directly, we just try to help out. This truly is about getting out and having fun. In fact, that's kind of the key, the tagline, just for the fun of it. Come on out, and we have multiple different age groups, 16 or so different events. When you get into track and field, there are 20 events just for track and field. It's so much fun, and it's great to see our seniors come out and be active and be able to participate.
Now, the reason that we're broadcasting from the Elko Senior Center today is because we want to make it easier for folks to sign up. So you recruited a little bit of help, right, Matt?
We do have some help. It's great to see the folks that we have in here signing up, because what we found is that when we were trying to do everything with handwritten applications and registrations, sometimes we couldn't read it. We then had to put the data into a spreadsheet so that we could then get it out anyways into the hands of our coordinators. And so what we had to do is I shouldn't say had to do, but what we decided to do was that we were going to go all electronic. Some of our seniors aren't as comfortable with that, and so we've got a cadre of folks here that are able to help us. And one of them is Tor Eckert, and so Tor's going to talk a little bit about getting folks registered.
Tor, thank you so much. A lot of us in the Elko area know you as a fine athlete yourself. Your family is in the business of fitness and helping people recover and heal and feel better. And so it's nice, Tor. You're a golfer, right?
Yeah, I am.
And golf is one of the many activities that are being offered here during the Elko Senior Olympics.
Yep. Yes. They have a 9-hole tournament, some putting challenges and chipping challenges offered here.
Very nice. Now, you play competitive golf at Elko, I'm thinking?
Yep, I do.
And how have you been doing so far?
This year we won state as a team. We lost regionals by only a couple tournaments, but overall it was a great success as a year.
And you're headed back into it this fall.
Yep. This will be my senior season this year.
Oh, wow. So you know what it feels like to be accomplished, to stay fit, be healthy and active, Tor. And here you are today taking some time out of your summer training so that you can help seniors sign up. So what's the process going to be like? We have all these different categories. Do participants need to bring anything with them, Tor? How are you helping them?
So, payment method, there's a $20 entry fee. You get some swag bag, which includes like some glasses, a little book with crosswords, and a shirt. And then every event that you choose to do, it's a $2 entry fee, and it's pretty fun. Yeah.
Wow. So it's just $20 overall to get in there. You get these this year. I mean, describe these shirts for me, will you? I'm sure it's going to be one of your favorites out there on the golf course.
Neon pink.
That's awesome.
You can definitely see them from quite a distance. You won't get lost wearing these.
So when you see a whole bunch of participants beginning next week, the games open July 23rd through the 26th right here in our community with opening ceremonies, which we're going to talk to Matt more about. But when you see the fleet of pink shirts everywhere, because I mean, Tori, you're signing them up throughout Elko and Spring Creek, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. So you're going to be here throughout the day.
Yeah, until 5. We can register you until 5.
And he's just got his laptop. You're just sitting here with your laptop, and it's super chill and visiting with folks. And again, just helping them so they don't have to feel intimidated about this process.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much. I know your parents appreciate that you help out again with full range physical therapy. They're a huge, huge sponsor of the Elko Senior Olympic Games. I'm not sure that they would happen actually without your family and all these other volunteers that they inspire.
Yep. We're thankful for all the volunteers. My mom is always so grateful for everyone. So, yep.
Well, they've raised a fine son in you, Tor, and we'll look forward to seeing you out there on the golf course.
Thank you.
Well, isn't that great, Matt? That's just a perfect example of the kind of community spirit that it takes to put on something like this.
Absolutely. And you hit the nail on the head when you had mentioned Jenny and Jeff Eckert with Full Range. They do an amazing job. Jeff is our coordinator for our bicycle events, both the Criterion and then the other timed trials. And so he does a great job there. Jenny works behind the scenes tirelessly. If it weren't for Jenny, this event would not happen because technically she and I are co-coordinators, but in reality, she does almost everything. And then I just show up every now and then and she says, hey, can you help with this? So she just does so much, and it really would not happen without Jenny. And we have, again, a whole bunch of volunteers today as well. Lori and Pam and Bev, and it just is so great to have the folks that chip in to help bring these games to life.
How long will the signups be going on today here at the Senior Center?
So we'll be here today until 5, and because of the digital means of trying to get things registered, we are going to have that hard cutoff. But that doesn't mean that you can't come into the Senior Center afterwards and visit with us, and we'll probably be able to get you added in there. But we do need to have it shut off at some point so that we can get the information to the coordinators. And again, this is because we want to make sure that the events start on time. In the past, we have not had a hard cutoff. And because of that, we'll have folks that are walking up day of, and there'll be 3 or 4 or 5 of them. And in the field, writing down all the information, getting waivers and insurance policy, things signed. That takes time, and so instead of a 7 a.m. start time, maybe it's 7:30 or 7:45. And the reason that we pick the times that we do is to also take into account weather. We don't want it to get too late into the day for some of these high endurance sports and events, and so it's not all, as Miss Barnhart had said, she's doing the river walk, which is great, but it's not all as leisurely as that. Our pickleball players get pretty excited.
I noticed there are already pickleball registrants. That's probably going to be a pretty competitive field. I mean, Elko is responding to the pickleball craze.
Yes, yeah, they are. And Faye Barber is our coordinator for pickleball. She has been coordinating for a while, and she's also involved in the Elko Pickleball Association. So they've been instrumental in making sure that the sport does grow here in Elko, and it's great to see that we're getting new fields or courts, I should say, specifically designated to pickleball and bocce ball.
So the Elko 2025 Elko Senior Olympic Games getting underway next week, July 23rd through the 26th. And we're going to go over some of these categories. I mean, honestly, I want to read off the list because we have time to do that, Matt. But I do want to, remind people, register early so that you can guarantee your spot. Be here today in person, at least till 5 o'clock at the Elko Senior Center. If you're listening to the Encore edition, it's not too late. But they do need to get you signed up in advance of the competition, as Matt just explained. Now, everybody's invited to opening ceremonies, right, Matt? If you want to tell us about that, because that's also going to be right here at the Senior Center.
That's right. We do have it at the Senior Center, and that's for a couple of reasons. The first time was kind of a just happenstance, and the weather didn't cooperate so well, so we moved it indoor, and we were able to have it here. And since then, it just worked out really well to have the opening ceremonies here. And so those ceremonies will be 6 p.m. on Wednesday the 23rd. So a week from today, it will be here at the Senior Center at 1795 Ruby View Drive. And we'll have a brief introduction and welcome. We're going to have the advancing of the colors from one of our local youth organizations, one of the scout organizations perhaps. Of course, a Pledge of Allegiance, and then Sunny Solinger is going to be singing the national anthem for us. So it's great to be able to have her here. And then our keynote speaker this year is Elise Franzen. And so we're excited to hear what Elise has to say and how she's going to, welcome and kind of kick off the games. But we'll have a simple dinner that evening. It'll most likely be sandwiches. I think is what we usually do from one of our local delis, and so that'll be great to kick it off. And then the next day is when all of the action begins.
That's right. Action begins on Thursday, July 24th, with a river walk at 6 a.m. There's golfing, basketball, table tennis, darts, brain games, archery. Those all take place on that opening day of Thursday, July 24th. And then if you want to help me, remind our listeners of say, Friday's activities. Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, so starting on Friday, we have horseshoes, and the horseshoes are going to be at the main city park, or not in the horseshoe park over by the Johnny Appleseed Park. We'll have novice hit. And hit, for those folks that they're like, what is novice hit? Is that boxing? No, it's high intensity interval training. And so it takes place at the college. Jennifer does a great job. In fact, Jennifer hosts a lot of things over the college. The Great Basin College has done a great job of supporting the senior games, allowing us to use their facilities. And so novice hit will start at 12 o'clock noon. And then we go into the first of 2 days of bowling. And there are 4 different sessions for bowling. 2 each day. On Friday, it will be noon and 2:30. And this can be both singles and doubles. If you want to play doubles, we can assign you if there are an even number of folks, if you don't have a partner. But please try to have a partner sign up with you so that we don't have somebody that's, kind of the odd man or odd lady out. And so that'll be on Friday, noon and 2:30. And that's later than what it is on Saturday. So when we get to Saturday, I want to make sure that folks know what the times are for bowling, because we did adjust those just a little bit. Then we'll go into cornhole. Cornhole will be near Sherman Station at the main city park. And then we'll have our time trials for bicycling. It's a 6-mile event. And again, Dr. Jeff Eckert will be running that event.
All right. And once you get signed up for each individual competition, which just $2 each on top of your $20 registration, you're going to get details about where to meet, what to expect, but a lot of you listening, whether or not you're a seasoned athlete, this is your sport, this is your thing, just come out to have a good time. They also love to have people come and cheer on the athletes as they're participating. Again, this is the Elko Senior Olympic Games, just for the fun of it. And the games begin next week, July 23rd through the 26th, with opening ceremonies right here at the Elko Senior Center on Wednesday, July 23rd at 6 p.m. In-person registration is underway right now. Come and get your bright pink T-shirt, get your swag bag and all the goodies. You get to say hi to Matt and all the volunteers that are working so hard to make sure that we have great games this year.
Yes, absolutely. And they're always great games. In the past, we have had unfortunately, one year we had a gentleman during cornhole that actually had a heart attack, and we weren't able to resuscitate him. And so obviously that impacted the games. And since then, we now ensure that we have 2 coordinators at all of our events, and we have AEDs at our outside events to make sure that we're as prepared as possible. But yes, we try to make sure that it is as safe as possible so that people can have a great time. We want them to come out. We want them to exercise, but it's if you're exercise adverse, like my mom is, then, that's okay. Just come out for the fun of it. There are, as you mentioned on Thursday, we have darts. Darts is not one of those things that necessarily requires a really athletic build. You're okay to, to be a little bit out of shape and be darts and throw darts. That's okay. And if you aren't physically able to do anything, we still have brain games. So we still have we have both brain games and Jeopardy. Brain games is a packet of visual games that are crosswords or word searches or what I call dingbats, things that, puzzle games that you sound out looking at the pictures and find the clues from there. And so there's usually, a dozen to 20 or so brain game things that are a timed event that folks can come out for. So there's things for everyone, and you just need to come out and find out what we have.
So the Elko Senior Olympic Games will kick off again with opening ceremonies, followed by the competition next week, Thursday. Saturday is just jammed with track and field events, starting with at 7 a.m. with a 50-meter dash all the way through a 1,500-meter race walk. There's shot put, discus, standing long jump, softball throw, football throw, the javelin, the high jump. And expect a lot of really fun competition with Saturday's events. I guess they'll be at Elko High School?
Yes. Well, no, actually, I apologize. This will be at Spring Creek, the Spring Creek High School track, because of the condition, of course, unfortunately, at Elko High School's track. So this will be at the Spring Creek track. And yes, those will be the track and field events that will be there for those events. And so that track and field will start, as you mentioned, at 7:15, and about every 15 minutes they're doing another event. So it's not like you have to pick and choose between which one you're going to do, because they do time them out. Also starting at 7 o'clock on Saturday, as Miss Wright and Miss Barnhart had indicated, they signed up for pickleball. Pickleball will be at 7 o'clock, and that'll be at the South Side courts. At 8 o'clock, we'll have the criterium race. And so that's 30 minutes plus 1 lap. And so they'll do that for the bicycling. And there's a pistol shoot as well. So Bob Wines, local attorney Bob Wines, does the pistol shoot out at the county shooting facility. And at 10 o'clock, we'll have billiards and pool. And then closing out that day, moving up 2 hours compared to what we had on Friday, is bowling. So it's really important that folks know bowling has been moved to 10 a.m. and 12:30. There is a minor typo. Actually, we changed the times after we released the schedule that we mailed out to folks. And that was because we want to make sure that we have enough time to get the results in for our closing ceremonies, which will be on Saturday. And that will be here at the Senior Center once again. And that'll be at 5 p.m. The Kiwanis will come in and they'll cook us burgers and dogs, and we'll have potato salad and macaroni salad. And again, it's just a nice, easy event to kind of close out our activities.
What a wonderful time. Of course, talking with Matt McCarty, director of the Elko Senior Center, Elko Senior Games 2025. They'll be kicking off officially July 23rd. Through the 26th, the actual games, but those opening ceremonies that Wednesday night, 6 p.m., right here at the Senior Center at 1795 Ruby View Drive. The games close out, and they also love to have folks come on and celebrate on Saturday, July 26th, 5 p.m. at the Elko Senior Center. And Matt, everything we're talking about is for people who are 50 or better to compete. But really nobody is left out. This is a great chance for volunteers. If you're new to the community, maybe you've participated in these games somewhere else, for example.
Absolutely. In fact, we have folks that drive into these games. There's a gentleman out of Reno that comes over, and he has, I think, 2 or 3 sons that come down from Idaho, and they do track and field events. And so we have folks from Wells and Carlin, of course, within Elko County. We have some folks that come over from Humboldt County as well, from Winnemucca. I think last year we had a couple drive up from Ely. And so, yeah, it's if you participated in senior games in other locations and other communities, come on out, take a look at our senior games and perhaps win a medal, because some folks want that medal. We say it's just for the fun of it. Some are very competitive and they want that medal. And so we've broken it into age categories as well. So if perhaps you're on the older side of the spectrum, I don't think Miss Emma Barrington will have a problem with me saying she's 94 years old and she competes.
Well, she plays pickleball, right?
I don't know if she'll do pickleball this year. I know that she'll do the brain games, and I didn't.
Well, that's wonderful. Okay.
Look to see what she signed up for.
Well, and here we are calling out Emma, but I mean, just because we admire her because she is coming out to these games, and we want to inspire other athletes to do the same thing. Matt, again, whether you're 50, just turned 50, you're going to turn 50 during the games, or you're on that upper end of the scale. It's just about having a great time, maybe meeting some new friends, and just emphasizing the importance of movement, whether it's the casual river walk or, playing darts, or you're doing the javelin or I don't know if pole vault was on there, but
this year.
Yeah.
But we do have the high jump.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah. And so Emma is just not just as in, only, but her sole events are the Brain Games and Jeopardy this year.
Nice.
But Emma also leads here at the Senior Center our Tai Chi group.
Yeah.
And so the reason I bring her up is at 94, she's not going to be competing with the 50-year-old that's, in the same event. And so I want folks to really understand that if you're worried about, not being able to be competitive, it's really not about competing against others so much as it's really just doing your best for yourself and having fun. If you have fun, then it's, what can we say? Just do it for the fun of it.
Matt McCarty is director of the Elko Senior Center. We're talking about the 23rd annual Senior Olympic Games. Thanks to everybody who has helped to get this started now in its 23rd year. Thanks to those who are continuing this wonderful tradition in our community. You have a chance to register in person right up through 5 o'clock at the Elko Senior Center today. And that is at 1795 Ruby View Drive. And then if you do miss that date or the cutoff for some reason, you're tuning into our later program, the Encore Elko Live, then you can still go online. And although I think, as Matt has said, you'll have to close off the digital registration.
Correct. We will have to close out the digital registration. However, you can still go online, especially if you're hearing this evening, and it's Elko Senior Olympics.com. And so please make sure that you go there. You can register on there. You do need to have a credit card if you register through the Senior Olympics website. And again, if for some reason you miss it, if you're not able to get out here today, come to the Senior Center, and we can try to help that as well. And Lori, bear with me 1 second, because I think it's actually Elko Senior Olympic Games.com.
Yeah, Elko Senior Olympic. Okay, there's a great website.
Yes. So it's not Elko Senior Olympics.com. I apologize. It's Elko Senior Olympic Games.com. And so we want folks to be aware of that. The other thing, and we've talked a little bit about the opening ceremonies. For the closing ceremonies, we did mention that's here as well, and that Kiwanis will be cooking our meal for us on that evening. But we'll also have an annual meeting, and this is the officer elections. And so if you are interested in learning more about it, please come on in. We always would like more help, and we can always use more people on our board of directors. Many hands make light work, and this year we only met 3 times this year. Instead of having meetings, just every other week or so, we really condensed the meetings down, and that was to be respectful of everyone's time. So if you'd like to get involved and you don't necessarily want to have a big onerous meeting schedule or anything, I can understand that. I don't participate in that at all. I seem to have meetings all the time, but but some people just want a more low key, casual type of board. This could be that option for you. So please come on out. Come and see the games and observe the games, participate in the games if you're 50 and better, and then come and join us on Saturday at 5 p.m. here at the Elko Senior Center for our closing ceremonies and our annual board meeting.
Matt, thank you so much. We're getting ready to wrap up our live on location broadcast from the Elko Senior Center, where registration is underway for the Elko Senior Olympic Games 2025 that open July 23rd. But now's the time to get registered. You can pick up your packets and you get swag bags loaded with goodies, your neon pink shirt for the Elko Senior Olympic Games 2025. And there are many sponsors. I guess I don't want to leave anyone out. We always run the risk of that. But the games, again, are made possible thanks to generous support from the community. Right, Matt?
Yes, thank you. And I wanted to make sure that was discussed because we did want to say thank you so much for our sponsors. And again, I don't want to start reading off names because I'm afraid I may forget folks, but we have large corporations and small corporations, individuals that just sponsor this as well. And so we could not do it without all of the help that we have. Thank you very much. But I do want to again call out Full Range Physical Therapy and the Eckert family. Poor's here helping folks get signed up. His dad, Jeff, of course, does the bicycle events, and the event would not happen without Jenny Eckert. She is amazing. And I think she conveniently scheduled a meeting around this time I wasn't able to come in, but maybe we can get her to come in and talk with Walt later.
Absolutely. Yep. She is not one for the spotlight, but boy, does she do a lot for this community. We appreciate her and Jeff so much. And of course, their son, Tor, for all the great work that he's doing. Shout out. He's enjoying some lunch alongside another athlete I can see. She's a lifeguard. So it's great to have young people involved. It's great to have everybody involved here at the Elko Senior Games. Elko Senior Center, where registration is underway in person if you don't want to do it online. If you do want to do it online, it's also convenient. Elko Senior Olympic Games.com is that website. Well, do you think we covered most of what, now we're just waiting for the games to unfold, Matt. It's so exciting.
That's right. We are. And I want folks to know that this is not just, a couple of people out there. Right now, as of 12:58, we have more than 60 people signed up. So join the senior community that are our senior athletes. Come on in and do it just for the fun of it.
Matt McCarty is director of our senior center. Of course, I had to park on the street today, Matt. So it's just I want.
It was a busy day.
Yeah, I do want people to know Wednesdays are busy days, but every day is also a day filled with something fun. For wow, is that 200?
Well, yeah. 200 is our limit, but 146 people today for breakfast or for lunch.
For lunch, and it was chicken fried steak for lunch today.
Yeah, it was a good meal. It's one of the few that I eat salads. This is one that I tell the kitchen I'm not eating the salad today.
All right, so enjoy a delicious meal. Come up to the Senior Center, won't you please? Meals are a suggested donation if you're 60 or better. For anyone else that wants to enjoy the meal, it's just a $10 contribution, and you get a delicious offering that includes, most often, it's a homemade dessert, so you can't beat that, Matt.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Dessert with a meal and under $10 or $10 is pretty darn good, we think.
Yep. So we'll see you here weekdays starting at 11:30 for meals. Otherwise, come up and enjoy the Elko Senior Center. Make it your own place and help contribute to the future of our center as well. Elko Senior Olympic Games underway with registration through today at the Elko Senior Center. Thanks, you guys, all for being here today. Everybody, yay! You guys are awesome. You guys, thank you. Thanks. And Matt, thank you always for hosting us. We appreciate the opportunity today here on Elko Live.
We appreciate your graciousness as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori Gilbert. Thank you, Lori. Oh, you guys are awesome.